All right, another episode of Conversation After Dark. Tay, what's up with you?
Everything's great with me. What's going on with you?
It's all good. It's all good. Tell people where they can find us.
You can find us at Conversates After Dark everywhere. And if you would like to be a guest on the show or you have a topic you want us to cover, you can reach us at CVAD, the podcast at gmail.com.
That's right. Hit us up. Go to our website, www.conversationafterdark.com. Listen to past episodes. Make sure you tell everybody about the show. So, Tay, I'll let you choose the icebreaker today.
Let's go with Sexy 69.
Okay.
Lord have mercy, so much. Okay. What's something you've done sexually that your mom would consider disowning you for?
Uh, God, I don't want to admit this on tape, but I will because I don't think my mom would trip about too much. I mean, she knows we human. She was conservative. We never really had those discussions. Like some moms, I talked about the other day about people that curse in front of their parents.
Hmm.
Um, some people have different relationships with their parents than others. Mine, I didn't grow up in a house where we really talked openly about sex, even though we knew obviously it was happening. I would think the only thing she would just own me for was me kissing a white girl back when I was in like eighth grade. I
Oh,
didn't think I was that old. I might have been, yeah, seventh, eighth grade. I kissed a white girl one time. And it was like, first of all, it was disgusting just because, not because she was white, but just because her, you know. And
hmm.
then I was just, the whole time I was just thinking, like, yeah, my mom was gonna kill me. My mom was gonna kill me. You know what I mean? So I think that would be the only thing where like she would disown me because I mean we got gay, bi, lesbian in our family, and even though we're conservative, family I come from is much more conservative than I am. Nobody's getting disowned for stuff they doing. You get disowned when you do shit like mess with kids.
Right.
And unfortunately, people who have messed with kids still get to come around in some parts of the family, not around me, but yeah,
I get it. I get it.
yeah,
Got one of those in my family too, so I
yeah.
get it.
I think we all do, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Mother would never disown me. I don't know if there's anything I could do that would make her disown me,
Mhm.
but my mother is very conservative also. Um, super religious. She's not crazy religious, but she's very religious. Um,
Uh-huh.
so I would say the majority of my sex life she would have a problem with, but especially the alternative lifestyles and the same gender stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. Yeah, and it's just I think our parents came from a different time, and it's I think our parents came from a generation. Even they say like, what did they say? The bedroom in a marriage is not defiled or something like that.
Yeah. The marriage bed is not defiled.
Marriage bed is not defiled. I think even in that regards, there's some stuff that they'd be like, I'm not doing that. I'm a wife. Why would I do that?
Actually, my mother surprises me a lot because she actually believes that.
Okay.
Like as long as you're married, whatever you do is what you do. She believes you need to be as free as you want to be in but within marriage.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I just never got to a point where, and my parents died when I was young. My dad died when I was, let's see, oh, my dad died in '01, so I was like 23, 24. And we never got to that point where we could, have those discussions about women and sex. My dad was a lot older when he had me. My dad was 42
Okay.
when I was born, turned 43 like right after. So,
Mhm.
43 at that time with a kid, you don't really relate. All you really know how to do is just, what do you want? Let me spoil you. It's not really a lot of, you could be too young having a kid because then y'all growing up together, right?
Mhm.
and then you could be too old too, where it's just kind of like you don't have the energy to really keep up and do what you need to do. I had great parents. I'm not diminishing them at all, but it's just reality, when you're that old, when you have kids. Like, and that seems to be a more common thing now. Like, I have a lot of friends now who had their first child, multiple children at like 41, 42, 43. And
Mhm.
it's always a blessing, because I don't have any biological children. I've raised 4 children, adopted them. But I'm just like, you motherfuckers is crazy at 48 trying to get a kid together for kindergarten. That's nuts to me. Like, that is nuts.
It depends
Like,
on the life you want, I guess.
yeah,
I'm
for real. But like, I guess once you've raised children, like,
mhm.
at one point I had 4 teenagers at one time, and that shit will wear you out. One teenager will wear you out, but four at one time. Listen, man.
Yeah. I have an aunt who had 3 of her 4 after the age of 40. She had her first one at 18, and then the other 3 were after the age of 40.
So it's like a 22-year age gap.
So her grandkids and her kids are the same age.
So my thing is, how's that oldest child? What's their relationship with their siblings?
He's as overprotective. Well, he used to be anyway, as overprotective of the sisters, and the brother he treats like a brother.
See, for me, there's a big age gap between me and my brothers. And with my oldest brother, our issue other than sibling stuff, right? Because you can have brothers and sisters, and just
Hmm.
because y'all came from the same places don't mean y'all the same, and y'all's personalities do not mesh at all. That happens. There's some brothers and sisters who are tight, some who just like, I can't stand you, you can't stand me. We'll love each other from afar. The
Hmm.
biggest thing with my oldest brother is him wanting to be second dad, and you're not my dad.
Oh, okay.
So when
Yeah.
there's that big of an age difference, that's when, and I've heard of other people that have that, that older sibling thing, that, the older sibling think they're the boss of everybody. Yeah. I mean, it'd probably be different because my mom had all boys. It'd be different if it was like a older sister, like a second
Hmm.
mom, but like a second dad, man, get the fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, my cousin wasn't like that. Matter of fact, it took him many, many years to mature. So he
Okay.
definitely, and they would never have looked at him as a second dad. So,
Yeah. So like my two middle brothers, the two in the middle, they are like 13 and 14 years older than me.
hmm.
So it's much more of a like, little bro, we kicking it with little bro type of deal. Whereas, even between them and the oldest brother, because 5 years between them, it's more so like, yeah, you think you're the boss of us, and you're not the boss of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see what they say in the chat. Yeah, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. So Tana said, not Muhammad Malcolm Farrakhan. Yes. Darius Marcus, the white girl. I'm telling all the bros. You go ahead and tell them. Just don't tell that to Ubar. Shelby said, hey, Shelby. Darius said, that was me. I had my son when I was 42. He's 12 now. I'm 54. Yeah, man. It's like I said, you never want to, children are a blessing. So you never want
Hmm.
to, talk too bad about it. But I'm just like, bro, like, at this age, shit, I'm tired. Like,
Yeah.
grandkids, like, I got one grandchild, like, it's cool. Let me spoil you. And I made sure I told my kids, like, I'm not going to be that grandparent that you can just like bring them over here and I'm going to help you raise them. No, I'll support. You need, help or whatever, but you make sure that you do what you got to do so you ain't having a child when you're not ready. Because I raised y'all, I'm done.
Yeah. I get it.
Now, if something catastrophic happens, God forbid, or just you need to step up for them, obviously I would do that. But
Mhm.
this, no, no.
I get it. Yeah.
I live my life. Plus, grandkids, my can't do it with my granddaughter, but like, I can't wait till I start having grandsons so I can teach them how to cuss.
Uh,
I mean, I was cussing when I was like 5. When did you start cussing? You don't.
well, when I started, I was young. The cousin that I was talking about, we were more like brother and sister. We were always together. And everything bad that I ever did as a kid was because of his teachings. And so he taught me all my curse.
Yeah.
Yeah, he taught me all the curse words. But when I got into high school, I stopped cussing. So that's why I don't cuss as much now. I can't say I don't, but
Today I thought about that. I was like, man, I really need to do better and change how I talk and stop cursing as much. And then I thought about it and I was like, fuck that shit. I'm do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I want to do, shit. So Ty said C Marv is gonna get those babies put on time out. Listen. Ain't like you got cause like what you gonna do? Your mom and daddy go go whip my ass? No. Now when you go home, you on your own grandchild. Cause I remember my grandma did me that one time. Me and my mom was at her mama's house. And my grandma was instigating, I was, talking slick, getting smart or whatever. And my grandma was baiting me. She was just like, "Oh, then what else you do?" I was like, "Yeah, mama asked me to do this." And I said this when she went out the room. And grandma was like, "Really? What else she say, baby?" And then the whole time my mom was quiet. Grandma just kept giving me that rope, kept giving me that rope. Man, we drove home. As soon as that front door closed, all I heard was my mama say, "Come here." I turned around. She took the strap off her purse. She didn't even go get a belt. Like my mom was old school. Go outside, get a switch. She's like, "No, we're not getting no switch. I'm ready right now." She took the strap off her purse and wore me out. And the whole time, after I was crying, I was sitting there like, "Grandma ain't shit." Grandma ain't because she sure walked me into that one.
My mother she got me in line quick with that because my grandfather, he spoiled us. He spoiled his grandkids. And my mother took me to the side one day. She was like, "Don't if I tell you something, I don't care what they say." It's not, and yeah, I got in trouble, one time for that.
My mom did. And see, both my grandfathers died before I was born. So
Okay.
I just had my grandmothers. And my dad's mom, I spent a whole lot of time with. And she never really, but my mom's mom, she was that one. I found out now that she was a trickster. Because like she also, one time I was spending time with her and I was like, "Grandma, what's that? Is that grape juice?" And she was like, "Yeah, you want some?" And I was like, "Yeah." Pour me a big old glass, prune juice. My mama came pick me up, and I was like, "Grandma gave me some grape juice." My mom looked at her like, "Really, mama?" Tore my stomach up, man. Tore me up.
Hilarious.
Yeah, tore me up, But yeah, but the old folks, man, they do what they want to do, So
They do.
especially like when they get in them nursing homes. You heard what they be doing in nursing homes. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of older folks, so we threw a relative of mine, my great aunt, a 90th birthday party
Mhm.
uh last weekend. And there were some guys from her senior building. It's not a nursing home, it's an actual, like, everybody had their own apartment, actual senior building.
Gotcha.
But I guess they have card games every week, every Wednesday. They play bid whist.
Mhm.
And so the guys would, had the moment in the program where, they left it open for people to say comments. So these two guys get up there, they talking about the bid whist games, and then they started flirting. And one guy was like, "You look good." And I was so busy laughing at him, I missed what the other guy said, but he must have been flirting too, because then my cousin gets up and he's like, "Yeah, Ma, you're not going downstairs no more." So I don't know.
Hey.
So what is going on with these older people? And is it ever a time when where you're too old to flirt or, get it in?
You know, I'm super flirtatious and everything that goes along with that. And I'm probably gonna be that dirty old man. I'm not gonna act on it, but I'm definitely gonna be talking my shit. And I just think that life is to be lived. So, like, once you stop being who you are, you know,
Mm-hmm.
then that's when you die. So,
Sure.
I mean, hopefully they weren't too disrespectful. I can't imagine that they were, but shit, they like, hey, it's still. Then they did probably don't even work no more. So it's flirting just whatever. They did what did our old guest say? They had their short out moment.
So, yeah.
They probably
But
had their short out moment.
I can't say it don't work because now they got Viagra, they got the honey pack, they got the blue chew, they got you know.
Hopefully, them old men ain't using them honey packs. 'Cause at least the Viagra got the FDA behind it. If you using that honey
Right.
pack, you might as well just go to the Quick Trip and get you a Black Rhino using that honey.
For y'all it don't matter. Y'all gonna do whatever.
Shit. It mattered for me,
Okay.
and at that age, it better matter because I'm at that age. I'm late 40s where it matters. Thankfully, I don't have to use it. I don't have to use it, but I'm at that age where you kind of like, okay, if I use the honey pack, is it going to conflict with this prescription or not? You know what I mean? So you add another 30 years, hey man, you better worry.
That's true.
I wonder if they had that Viagra, like, when you go in them hospitals, they have
Hmm.
they have the med window, what I'm saying? But like, come get your medicine, and people line up and they give their pills in the little cup and they take it. I wonder if there's like, hey, I want the Viagra today.
Now, if you're getting your pills like that, I don't know if they're giving you Viagra.
Yeah. They got to watch it though, because that shit, because it's blood coming from your brain.
Right.
So that's why I've never used one, but I know dudes who have used it recreationally.
Hmm.
Like, why are you using that shit? They was like, man, I went to a party and I wanted to, make sure I showed out. Or I know guys that are like, well, I met this chick and I really wanted to make a good impression. So, I took a pill, and every single one of them talked about like the headache they had.
Okay.
Like they was like, dude, like my head was banging the next day, like crazy. And then when we talked to Dr. Sterling, he was like, yeah, because the blood has to come from somewhere, and it comes from your brain. And you only get one computer. Once that brain gets damaged, it's done. So that had to be a hell of a nut. You bust
Hey,
a
but
nut,
hey, some people want to go out with a smile, so
you bust a nut, and you walking fucked up. The rest of the it better be good. But I hope they don't get me for that one. Danielle said they do everything in their zone. You're right about that. So Tyler said, how you gonna tell Papa he can't flirt? Man, look, yeah, but I talked to an old customer of mine, and obviously he wasn't black because he talked about how they would go south to Florida.
hmm.
And it's a community that had those mobile homes, and I'm talking about like those real expensive mobile homes. And basically it's just a bunch of mobile homes, a bunch of old people that go down, and he called it Viagra Alley. It basically is a bunch of old ass men
Hmm.
popping them Viagra's or whatever. And I don't know if they sleeping with the older women or if they probably bringing in talent, which is
Wouldn't
crazy.
surprise me.
Which is crazy. Somehow, some way, this age thing keeps coming up. Maybe it's because we getting closer to 50, but
Could be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I was just talking to one of my partners today. And he asked me, was it cool? Because he had, a chick that was damn near what? He's almost twice her age.
Hmm.
And he said, man, she's on point mentally, and he's one of those guys that keeps himself up physically,
Hmm.
works out a lot, and he's very active. And he was just like, she approached me, and she mentally, emotionally, she's there. And I told him, I said, as long as you're not preying on her, as long as it's y'all both cool, I say it's fair. But you are gonna get judgment, and you just
Yeah.
have to be prepared for that. But you only get one life to live, so live that shit.
That's true. And I've been joking about the old guys at my aunt's party. But honestly, I don't see an issue with it. I've always had it in my mind that no matter how old I am, I'm saying this now because I'm not that old, but I've always had it in my mind that no matter how old I am, sex is going to be, well, I want sex to be, I'll put it that way. I want sex to be, an important part of my life, no matter how old I am.
But here's my question. And me and my best friend
Okay.
talk about this. Shout out to Dennis. Why do a lot of women say I'm too old to be doing that? Like, I know a few women, like they were like, when I was younger, I would have threesomes and stuff like that. And then now they be like, I'm too old to be doing that shit now. And it's like, well, damn, when you was young, you was doing that shit with motherfuckers. Why you can't do that shit with me? And it's like, I'm too old to be doing that now. I'm like, okay. And then the other thing is, they'll say, I just lost my train of thought. The other thing, okay, the other thing, and this would really piss me off. I should just say that, but it does. When they say, I'm too old for casual sex.
Oh Lord.
And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? And everybody has their own individual reasons. And you and I both talked about in the past, like, we don't have to have a connection to the fuck, basically. But they're just like, I'm just tired of having empty sex. And I don't know how you define empty sex though. Like I kind of do, but then I don't, because like my thing is find somebody new. You know what I'm saying? Or find somebody new to do. But from a woman's perspective, what does that mean? Like I'm getting too old for casual sex.
Well, I think when we're younger, we're in our experimental phase. We want to try new things. We want to see what works for us, what doesn't work for us. And then we get to an age where we know without a shadow of a doubt what works for us and what doesn't. So if somebody says, I'm at the age where casual sex doesn't work for me, it's because she probably had it before and it didn't work. So it's no point in you getting upset with her. Just find somebody who's down with the casual sex.
Yeah, you're right. And when I say it pisses me off, it's because it's like obviously I want to fuck, but you want casual sex, but I'm not at a stage where I'm settling down right now. So it's like, well, goddamn, I'm interested, but I can't, you know what I'm saying? What about me? I still want to smash. Can you make an exception? Can you make an exception? Because my thing is this, like, you want to be a freak with everybody else, and here I come, and you want, now you on the moral high ground and shit.
But
Because
it ain't got
I've
nothing
had
to do
that
with
happen
you.
before. She said not. Danielle said not an exception. Yeah, not an exception for real. I've had that happen before, and there's always the guys who are bitter. Like I've always talked about how like, I can't stand bitter women, especially on social media. There's the dudes who are bitter. Like, I think those red pill dudes, like they didn't get no ass or no attention when they were younger. So now they have a little bit of resources. I mean, a little bit. Because dudes who got a lot of resources, they ain't angry on podcasts. They out living life and shit. They doing like Puff. You know what I'm saying? They trying to fuck everybody. But Puff trying to fuck everybody, men, women, all of them. Anyway,
You got to tell him no. Puff on your body and you got to tell him no.
tell them no. But my thing is like, then all of a sudden you want to get morals with me, and I've had that because it's like, well, you're a good guy. It's sort of like we talked about in the past where they was like, my mama told me not to have sex with you too soon because then you would leave. I kind of want to draw you in so you get to know me. It's less easier for you to just bounce. So like, don't get on your moral high ground with me. You know what I'm saying? I want the nasty sex too. But you want to get with me and talk about I'm too old for that type of shit. Man, get out of here.
I mean well, I don't know if it happens anymore, but it used to happen on both sides. I mean, that's how you get the guys who have that Madonna whore you know, thing going on where they don't want their wife to, or the woman, that they're really in a relationship to be that, that whore type of thing. Whore, I don't like that word, but that's the thing. But
I like a good whore, we love hoes on this show.
oh Lord.
Either hoes or whore. You don't like whore, but you cool with hoes?
I don't like to use either word, either one of those. I think I am pro sexual liberality or whatever. Do your thing as long as you're safe. So I don't like either one of those words.
Hoes ain't got to be a bad thing though.
If somebody wants to be called that, that's on them. I'm not gonna call them that.
Okay. All right. I mean,
But men don't have to be on the red pills, and they don't have to be out right with it to be to for someone to detect that they might be a little bitter. It can come out in comments and little comments here and there too. I don't know why, but I've been seeing it. I've been sensing it a lot lately.
go deep with that. What you mean? What do you see?
Just comments in different groups, generalizing all women, things like that. It to me it sounds just like the women who come off bitter.
I think that our community, the Black community, has an issue with that. I saw
Mhm.
somebody that I follow, and he said he was talking to a white woman, and she was talking about how like her first husband like did something crazy. I'm gonna make up some things. Like her first cousin, like her first husband slept with her cousin, and then her second husband was abusive, and then the guy she's with now does this. And he said he asked her the question, "Do you think all white guys are bad because of that?" And she was like, "Lord, no, it's just those guys." And the point he made was, why do we in the Black community, why do we wholesale just say because I've had the unfortunate situation of running across a bunch of assholes, I want to characterize that for the whole lot of Black men or reverse Black women. And I don't hang around enough people outside of our community to know if they do it or not. But
Mhm.
I'm willing to bet that they don't, because I've been around enough to be like they're not just wholesale saying, now there may be um, misogyny. There may be, because they're the originators of patriarchy and misogyny. Like white motherfuckers, they created that shit.
Mhm.
Don't get it fucked up. People always try to put on the Black man, and then they say, "Well, I'm gonna give me a white man." Who you think created it? But we'll leave that alone. But I think for both of us, to your point, we need to stop doing that. We need to stop saying, "Hey, well, Black women, they don't do this." No, 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 no. Now, there are some, right? And we need to
Mhm.
talk about it, but we can't just wholesale just throw the whole lot away, because that's definitely not true.
Right.
Definitely not true. Yeah, but I just with the obviously I've said it 1,000 times, and I'm real big on root cause analysis.
Mhm.
And nothing bothers me more than these bitter Black sisters on social media. They fucking vex my nerves. I can't fucking stand them at all. I had some that were on my timeline on social media, and I was like, damn, they cute as fuck. But damn, I get tired of them talking about me and all the goddamn time. So I unfollowed them. And my timeline got so much better. Like the risk, the reward for like being able to look at the few pictures they posted versus the angry shit they posted about Black men, I couldn't take it.
Mhm.
But I have to put the blame where it really falls, with the punk ass dudes who hurt their heart, whether it was their daddy, right? Or that
Mhm.
uncle that we talked about at the beginning of the show, right? Or the dudes who did them dirty. That's who really my anger goes towards, because you the one creating all these bitter women, and we got to fucking deal with it. And I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
So the way I have to deal with it is say, hey brothers, we gotta uplift our standards and how we treat women, talk to our sons and the young men who we have influence over. Hey, that's not the way to be a man with honor, so that we can kind of eliminate some of this foolishness, because it's too much.
I agree. And it can be a vicious cycle because a crappy man creates a crappy woman who creates a crappy man who creates a crappy woman. Sometimes that's how it goes. It can be a vicious cycle.
Yeah. Let's see what they got to say in the comments. Stephanie says she wants to casually sex you till the wheels fall off. I don't know who she is, but send her my number. Kimberly says, Marv, you can't take that personally. Keep it moving. I don't take it personally, but you know, tell me that shit from the jump. Put that in your dating profile. What I'm saying? Don't tell me what after we ordered at Applebee's. Danielle said, I agree, Tay. I don't know what she's agreeing with you about, but she's agreeing with you. Stephanie said, bull, give me that thing. Let me decide if I want it forever or for my Friday tune up. All right, Stephanie. Okay. Danielle said, I wondered the same thing. I've been dogged, but still believe believe my black man is out there. He definitely is. TJ says she agrees with Danielle. And then Danielle said, as an adult, you have to do the work. Your response to how someone treated you is just that, your response, not theirs. Heal and elevate.
That is true. That is true.
Wise words. Wise words. So, speaking of first dates
Mm-hmm.
and getting older and sex,
Mm-hmm.
people still fucking on the first date, fair or foul?
um,
Have you ever had sex on the first date, Tay?
I have,
More than
but usually, yeah, more than one, definitely more than once. But it's usually,
one?
I mean, usually,
Hold on. Hold train of thought.
okay,
Don't forget it. Please don't.
I'm not.
Let's define sex on the first date. Because I think back in the day, dating was different. Like when we were younger, dating was I met you at a party, we exchanged numbers, we maybe talked one time, and then we decided to meet, and then we had sex. Or our friends connected us, we went out on a date, and then we had sex. Nowadays, people are hooking up on social media or dating sites, and you may talk for a month, 2 months, or whatever, and then you technically go on your first date, and then you smash, but you've built up a whole timeline of knowing this person and what you feel about them and what you don't. So are we going to try to say just like I just met you, we hung out, we don't really know each other and we smashed, or are we going with what currently is going on now?
Well, what I was going to say was that's how I've always been. Usually for me, a first date is typically after we've known each other for a while, maybe at least a month, couple weeks, a month. So we've already been talking. So the times when I've had first date sex, it was that. So I mean, I've never had an issue.
I can't. Technically, that's first date sex, but
Mhm.
I tell my business. I'm talking about like I remember being a young fraternity dude and traveling to another school to support the bros, and women at in that age in college were attracted to the fraternity dudes. And
Mhm.
if you're a fraternity dude who was handsome and you wasn't from there, and she could get her shit off, you could pop one off, and then the next day you going back home, right? And I've had that happen once or twice. And to me, like if I just met you or I don't really know you, like I don't really know you, and then we smash, and I'm not talking inside the sex club. I'm just talking about like on the street. To me,
Mhm.
that's that first night sex thing.
So would that be more in line with a one night stand or really a really first date? Like there are going to be other dates afterwards.
You talking about would I date you after I smash the first night?
Yes. Because otherwise it's just a one night stand.
Absolutely not. Okay. I see what you're saying. I see there's a difference. Difference. One night stand and then versus smash on the first date.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're right. You're right. One night stand versus first date. Uh, there's a difference. There's a difference. So I guess the question should be rephrased because I think they don't fucking on the first date. That's not too much, especially since y'all probably have gotten to know each other. And from what women say, y'all know if y'all want to smash from the jump, right? It's
Yeah.
just it's on us not to mess it up. And let me tell you, I have messed up a lot of I fucked up a lot of pussy in my life running my mouth. That may be shocking for some of y'all, but let me tell you, it's a running joke with my dudes. They be like, damn, I think her shit died. You didn't say?
No, I hear you.
Okay, you
Oh
froze.
Lord Jesus.
You
Hold
froze.
on.
let me go ahead and read some of the comments. Yeah, I understand, y'all. I was talking about something different, whatever. 70 said first date isn't horrible. I don't think first date is horrible. I don't think first date is horrible. I think that for some people, Tay and I talked about in the past, trying to like, drag it out so like the guy doesn't, leave because you gave it to him from the jump. Because Tay asked the question. Tay, we got you back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Tay asked the question, so if you hit on a one night stand, will it be a subsequent date? I'm gonna tell you, with Marv B, probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Because I think the allure of it is just like we're doing something that's quote unquote taboo, and then trying to. That's the literal to me. That's definitely putting that cart before that horse.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's not good because there's a lot of people who you can have some physical chemistry with who like I can't fucking stand. And I've been with people who like we have great sex, but once we start talking more, like after the sex is done and you do like the whole aftercare, like kind of little cuddle afterwards, and we start talking, and then like both of us kind of realize like, yeah, all right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and roll out. We don't, we're just good at that. Everything else we don't mix at all.
Yeah.
So about you, so let me ask you this. So
Mm-hmm.
you had date you fucked on the first night. You had a one night stand. Not talking about a swingers club, one night stand.
We've talked about this before. I've never had a one night stand.
What?
I've had sex only once. I feel like my camera's messing up.
It's different, but we're gonna rock it. We're gonna finish.
Okay.
Different. Yeah, but we're gonna rock it.
I've had sex only once with people, but never a one night stand. So even when those times where it was only once, we were talking, we were trying to get to know each other. There may have been subsequent dates if the sex had been good, but the sex wasn't good. So,
so the sex wasn't good, and that's when you was like, cut it.
Yeah, I've said it before. In my 20s, I didn't give second chances. Actually, in my early 30s too, I didn't give second chances. So,
I wonder, as a guy, I wasn't. If it was whack, if it was whack from the jump, the sex, I probably wasn't hanging out unless I really liked you. Like, I could think of one situation where we had sex and it just wasn't good. But we liked each other and we were like young. And I think at that time I wasn't experienced enough to be able to say what's good and what's not. I know that I've had better sex with other people at the time, but sex with her was just like, man, you know. But I think now at this age, if it's not popping, like there's a phase that you can kind of tell, like that first time y'all having sex, you kind of feel each other out or whatever. Like very rarely are you having like amazing sex on the first go around.
it can happen.
I've had it happen. I've been a part of it, but from my experience, it don't happen often. There's a learning phase where you got to learn each other's bodies or whatever. And I think from what women have communicated to me, even though they may be comfortable with having sex with you, there's levels to it. So I may be comfortable like, fucking you, but I'm not going to give you everything. I mean, I think you said that in the past, like you can't give them like, you can't give them top line because that's how you get stalkers. You said, I don't know if you were joking or not.
No, I was serious.
Okay. Tay humble bragging. I think for other women, it's just like, yes, there's vulnerability that comes with having sex with somebody, but like, I'm gonna be like, if I'm all the way open with you, like feelings, emotions, and everything, you got to really make me feel safe to do that. And
Yeah.
you kind of warm up to that for some people.
Yeah, I get it. And I think when I think of sex on the first date, I know when I don't know if it happens now because I'm not in the millennial or Generation Z category. So I don't know what they feel. But I know with women my age, I know when we're younger, we're taught not to have sex on the first date. Even if you've had this relationship on the phone where y'all are talking, y'all are communicating, you're getting to know each other. Even then, a lot of women back in the day still would not have sex on the first date. Now, fast forward to now we're in our later years. Time is drawing near. Time is not on our side. Um, do a lot of women still think that that rule applies?
I'm
I
gonna
don't
say
know.
yeah, because you motherfuckers ain't having casual sex. So, it's
Not casual sex, but if you're spending time on the phone with someone and you're getting to know them, that to me is a little different than just casual sex. If you're thinking that this could be somebody that you could have a relationship with, there are going to be subsequent dates after this one. You know for sure there are going to be subsequent dates after this one because the conversations so far have been going well. Do women still have that rule in these later years that I'm not going to have sex on the first date?
I'm gonna say
And
yeah.
is there a point to it now?
Obviously I'm not a woman and I can't speak for women, but what I hear from some, I'm gonna say yes, because it's like I don't know who wrote this article, like what magazine it was in, but there's a reason why I said I'm not into having casual sex. Because me and my guys was like, what she say? She said she's not having casual sex right now. And it was like, oh, she on that bullshit too. Because it's the same, it's literally the same line. Like it must have been on Oprah or whatever fucking talk show women watch now. You know, it's like casual sex or some shit. Because it's like it's like a phrase. I'm not into having casual sex. So, for my opinion, if you ain't having casual sex, then you definitely ain't fucking on the first date. Because to me, that's
I don't know if I'll put those
sex
two
on
in
the
the
first
same.
fucking date. That's it. Don't get more casual than that. Because I ain't finna fucking propose on the first date.
No, but to me, casual sex, you're thinking that this is not going to go anywhere. You're just having sex to have fun. To me, that's casual sex. But if we're having conversations every day, if we're talking on the phone, if we're enjoying each other's company on the phone, I guess getting to know each other, and we decide that we're definitely going to have more than this one date, to me, that's not casual sex.
I think it's kind of like I understand what you're saying. It's kind of like what's the lady's name? Was her name Erica Parr? She was the one that was dating Lamar Odom. She may have been engaged.
Oh, hmm.
May have been engaged to him. I think her name is I can't remember. Her last name is Parr. Sabrina Parr. Sabrina Parr.
Okay.
And she says I'm either a wife or I'm nothing. Meaning, and I assume what she meant was I'm either working towards being married because that's crazy otherwise, but like maybe she's just like, we're not just because maybe I'm not gonna do just the friend thing. The friends
Hmm.
who also smash as well. And she said, I'm not a girlfriend. She was
Hmm.
interested. Her exact words was like, I'm not a girlfriend. Either we're going to be, I'm going to be a wife or nothing. I'm not going to be a girlfriend, which everybody had their opinions about that. I really didn't know. Honestly, I was kind of like, that sounds kind of crazy, but I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. There's a difference. There's a difference. And that's why we got a man and a woman, right? Because you see, I went totally left with a whole bunch of shit. But my first was think like, shit, one night stand. Yeah, I'm doing that shit. Then a bunch of motherfuckers in the comments had to jump to correct me. Hey, fuck y'all. Anyway, yeah, I'm not that healed. And let me just say this. I'm not that healed. For the people who think they want to fuck with me, you know what I'm saying? I ain't that healed. So watch how you come at me, okay? Shit, tired of being. I've been a bigger person my whole damn life, and so mentally and emotionally, I'm sick of doing that shit. So you better leave me alone. That being said, Tay, you got would you or would you not or anything else?
Um, my
I get that
would
shit too, Tag. A lot of motherfuckers get real comfortable because I'm nice. I be trying to be nice, then motherfucker get out of pocket. And I'm thinking like, man, I wish this motherfucker would have met me 15 years ago. Anyway, Tag, go ahead.
my would you or would you not kind of correlated with the having sex on the first date, but it's more on the lines of casual sex. If it's the first time, are you going down on that person? If this is just casual, y'all don't want nothing from each other, this just a play thing, booty call, friend with benefits, all that stuff. It's the first time. Do you go down on that person?
um,
In the year of 2024. Is that a thing?
it's a case by case basis. And this gonna sound stupid when I say it, but because and I recognize it's stupid. If the person looked like they probably had more dicks than I'm comfortable with, or you know, I'm I'm cool with fucking you with a condom on, but I'm not cool raw dogging. Like if I would raw dog you, if it was like if I wasn't just trying to be responsible, right? And I would raw dog, then I'm gonna eat it. But if I feel like I need to raw dog you because I'm suspicious or whatever, I'm not eating that shit. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. All right. Because I'm not using no dental dam. I don't even know what a dental dam looks like. Is that like saran wrap or I don't know what a dental dam looks like.
I've never seen one, but I've been told you can use saran wrap in place of it, so I'm going to assume that it's similar.
To me, if I gotta use dental dam or saran wrap, we don't even need to be doing it. I can see fucking with a condom on, because you can get like the right condom, and if you get her like wound up enough and get wet enough, you can actually enjoy condom sex. you know, you can. Definitely not preferable, but
It's the best for me.
you give condom sex is the best for you. So you like toys too, then? You like toys
Yes,
too?
but there's a reason why I say condom sex is the best sex for me.
Why? Because it lasts longer.
Exactly.
Mm. I had some motherfuckers who they had that two-hit quitter whether he had a condom or not, though.
That is true. That has happened, but I'm just saying the majority will say, yeah, I'm thinking of every single one of my exes. Once we got to the point where the condoms came off, the time frame lessened considerably.
Hey, listen, shit changes when you feel everything.
I know. I get that. That's why for me, condom sex is best.
What about you? You going down on the first date?
Not the first. No.
What?
No. 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 Mm-mm. Even
Is it
even
because
even
of the is it the potential for disease or just because like I can't do that on the first date? There's levels to it. Which one?
potential for disease. Yeah. If I'm going to have sex with you, then I'm not thinking about it, that being a bad thing. It's the STD question mark. Now we go get tested. We show each other proof that the tests are recent. I have no problem. I'll do that.
You ever gave head with a condom on? With dual wear condom?
Oh, that was in my head and I forgot. Yes, and it's terrible. Even though it was a flavored condom, but there was still that taste of rubber along with the flavor. So
I got a what you would call a friends with benefits. Like we're more, you got like you ever had a friend of me, like somebody like y'all cool in doses, but like after a while y'all both like, hey man, fuck you, and like y'all got to give each other space. You got
not
anybody
somebody I was having sex with.
So me and this person are like that, right? Like, so basically, her and I got like a love-hate relationship, and a lot of times, like it goes there, like because I could touch people's nerves sometimes when I want to, and like the last time, like after we hooked up or whatever, like she pulled a pistol on me.
That sounds like somebody you need to cut out your life.
I
Like,
made her mad, dude. I made her mad as shit. And she put a pistol.
that's not funny.
It's not. It's not. It's not. But let me stop embellishing. She didn't pull a pistol on me. I pissed her off and she threatened me. And I don't take threats lightly because I've had friends and family killed over shit that happened over a woman. And I've also had I've had friends, family killed by a woman. So we were in a disagreement and I pissed her off. And then she got to the point where she was talking about she threatened me and she said, I'll blow your motherfucking brains out. And when she said that, that's when it stopped being like, because sometimes I'm motherfucking mad and you kind of think it's funny. Right? And we were like, it was dark because we just got through doing it. So she couldn't see my face. So she'd been able to see my face. She just saw I was smirking the whole time because I'm laughing at her, cussing me out. But then when she crossed that line and she said, I'll blow your fucking brains out, that's when it switched for me. And I said, oh, you gotta get the fuck out. I don't play these games, right? And then she later on apologized, and we've never hooked up since then. And I'll probably never hook up with her again because she threatened me in that way. And because she threatened, it's different when you like somebody will threaten you. Like women will say, I'll blow your shit up, I'll do that and the other. I actually know she carries a pistol with her at all times. So the fact that she even could conceptualize, like, I'll blow your brains out, and I know you may not got it with you, but I know it's in the car. No, we're not playing those games.
Right.
But we would have, but like whenever she would give me head, it always had to be with a condom on. And I'm just like, this is a complete waste of fucking time. Cause like you can't be enjoying it. And honestly, I'm not enjoying it. So why even do it? But like that was her main thing. Like, what's up with that? Let's see what they gotta say in the comments. I know they've been judging the hell out of me on this show. And let me tell you better don't go too far with it, because like, Dave's motherfuckers popping shit off is done. Stephanie said, very serious stalkers are real, had a few. Okay. Danielle said, yeah, buddy, stalkers and obsessions are crazies. Stephanie said what Marv said. I don't know what you agree with, but I appreciate you. TJ said it tastes awful. Even the flavor condoms taste awful, huh?
Yes, like I said, even with the flavor condom, there was still that taste of rubber behind it. It was horrible.
Stephanie said, just put lube on the condom, Toxic Marvin. Hey, listen, Toxin is one of my nicknames. Toxic is one of my nicknames. So, what about you, Tay? You're not doing it, huh?
Yeah, I said I wouldn't.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess theoretically, you shouldn't even be willing to receive oral sex on the first date either. Theoretically, but let me ask you, will you?
I will. I not have, because I know me, first of all. Second of all, why you putting your health in my hands? That's on you. I'm not gonna put my health in your hands.
Theoretically, though, that something can, if they have herpes simplex 1 and they have an outbreak, technically they can give you 2 on your genitals.
Okay. Yeah.
So it definitely this either wrap it before you tap it or go get tested, y'all. That's just the safe. That's just the safe bet. Because I think somebody said earlier in the comment, yeah, they're getting it in at those nursing homes, but they also have a higher occurrence of STDs being passed around as well, because they definitely ain't strapped. I gotta think, if my dick still working and I'm 70, I'm not wearing no condom.
And that's why the STD rate is higher.
Hey, but if my nigga still working 70, I probably need to feel it all. Like that little 10, 15, 20 seconds of me trying to put one on when I'm 70, it ain't gonna work. So look, we gotta put it right. As soon as Maybelline says, come get this pussy, it gotta go right.
Maybelline, goodness gracious.
It gotta go right in because it's probably not gonna work if we got any type of time frame in between. Shit. Yeah. And listen, when I'm 60, when I'm 60 and it still work, I'm not wearing no condom after that. No, and I turn 60, hey, it's raw dog from here on out.
Okay.
Fair or foul.
I guess it's fair for you. I don't know.
Could you imagine being 60 wearing a rubber?
If somebody's out here single, they need to be.
Danielle said foul. Stop judging me, Danielle. But anyway, tell where they can find us. I'm gonna put my foot in my mouth.
You can find us at Conversate After Dark everywhere. And if you would like to be a guest on the show or you have a topic you want us to cover, you can reach us at CVAD, the podcast at gmail.com. Make sure you like this video, share it, subscribe, and leave us a comment.
That's right. Go ahead and go to our website, www.conversateafterdark.com, and make sure you rap before you tap it. We'll out you next time. Peace. And remember, stop fucking with me. I'm not playing no games with y'all no more. I mean that shit.
Bye.
Yeah.